Let me in, I'm trying to fuck.
Damn, it's like hardcore and then like, oh shit, slow down. Like you for weird. Okay.
It's like, hey man, take it easy there.
Sorry, yeah, got too excited. What's up, guys? We're back on another little chill one. Little chill. Like always, thank you to Old Sheep Dog for being a sponsor. Old Sheep Dog located at 3900 Rosa Avenue, El Paso, Texas 79905. And today we're drinking two different beers, but also these beers. If you go right now buy a beer at Old Sheep Dog, you're gonna get a dog label. I'll probably put him on the bottom. It's actually dogs are up for adoption on the Humane Society. The label, you're gonna see their stories. Right now I'm drinking Words on Fire, a blueberry stout, of course, 6.8% alcohol. And my dog is Goose, male dog. I don't know what kind of breed it is. And then I don't know what do you have. I forgot.
I got Doc. He's a little chihuahua.
But you're drinking Pichihuera.
But I'm drinking La Pichiguera. La Pichi. Not
Yeah.
Pinchy. La
But
Pichi.
we all know that one. Like, it's a peach blonde. So thank you guys.
I guess it goes. Yeah,
Thank you to the
thank you,
Humane
guys.
Society. And another always thank you to Vitolas for helping us out and doing that promotion last month. Vitolas located at 216 West Franklin, El Paso, Texas 79901, across the baseball stadium. We might be there soon for another show. And before we start this, big apologies still to Soul Parade because that video has been damaged. We're still gonna record again with them, but
Yeah,
they're on the studio. So once the timing works for both of us, at least we're booked. I'm surprised, like we're booked.
We're booked solid for a while.
We're booked. That's why we're doing this one also to kind of chill down and because people didn't answer. So
No, but yeah, thank you again to Sheep Dog and again to Vitolas, even though they're a little promotion, and make sure you guys are still going out to promote them and support them. Right now in the local business that they are. And also apologies again to Soul Parade. Your guys' episode shouldn't have been out by now, but unfortunately, the Cigar got COVID.
yeah, I'm still trying to fix it, but
Yeah, I don't
took it out of the
think
trash.
we'll be able to fix that one.
I
but
took it out of the trash. It's like, okay, I want to give it one last try. Another homie of mine, Jake, has a badass equipment, so I'm gonna see if he can fix it. If not,
If
we'll
not,
release
hey,
the audio
it's never a
someday.
bad thing chilling with Soul Parade, so we can always do
Yeah.
another one. I
Yeah.
don't ever mind it.
That's just 2 of them, 4 of them, all of them, everybody. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll get it
But
eventually. But yeah, so today we're just kind of hanging out again, chilling. Fortunately, I feel like today's kind of a sad day.
oh yeah, it is.
It's
Dude.
very, very sad.
Surprisingly, like I didn't. Well, you guys don't know.
I'm sure everybody knows by now, but the
Wakanda
reason
forever,
we're
guys.
sad, Black Panther is no longer
With us.
anymore.
to his
Fortunately, I guess
family.
everybody heard yesterday, Chadwick Boseman has been battling colon cancer for the past 4 years, which nobody knew about, and he
that's
passed away yesterday.
Honestly, props to him for like keeping it really private. Being in like
Yeah,
the
for
movie
real.
scene and like so, like, it's the fucking Marvel universe in this.
Seriously,
like,
dude.
did that. It sucks. It sucks. We lost a great actor, a great king from Wakanda. Black Panther. I don't think anybody can. Damn, that's gonna be hard to replace.
I don't even think you could think
I don't-
about that.
I don't
dude.
think they're gonna do
honestly
it.
like I was like it sucks to even start thinking about that, but I was like,
No, yeah,
shit.
like that was like I didn't think about it. Till I got
Who
home.
could possibly be Black Panther and for Black Panther 2? I'm like nobody. Nobody could
They
do it.
never like weren't filming or anything.
No, they haven't started filming yet. That movie I think wasn't supposed to be out until 2023.
23?
Yeah, so they're probably
Well-
gonna start going into production probably mid next year, maybe if anything.
Well, we don't know because of COVID.
Yeah, well that's why if anything, but no, I don't think they're gonna be able to find anybody to replace him. And I mean, even then beyond that role, like I mean, the dude he had a lot of really good roles. He played a lot of major historical figures.
Kind of think about.
He played Thurgood Marshall. He played Jackie Robinson.
Oh shit, that's right.
He was James Brown.
James Brown.
He played some lot of like major historical figures, and I think kind of like made people aware of what who they are and what their stories are.
Yeah. Because I was thinking of movies like, but I remember like I guess when he started, but it was like a secondary actor, and I just realized he was in like I don't remember the name, but
Yeah.
I've seen Casino. It's like, oh wait, that's shit. But damn, poor guy. Like respect to like keeping it so private, like his personal life private.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
being
That's
in
the crazy thing that they're saying. Like with between filming and all these other things, that's when he would go and get his
Shit, they said.
treatments and everything like that. But he would still do all his duties. Like he would go to the hospitals and say hi to the other little
Oh,
sick
yeah.
kids, and
I think maybe like that's the cool part.
that's the crazy thing. Like he was doing all that, and nobody even knew what the heck was going on with him.
I keep looking at this.
But then you know what's messed up? I think it was last year, there was like a day where he did like a Instagram live thing.
Uh-huh.
And at that point, I guess he had just gone through chemo or something.
Oh.
And he was really like skinny, and he looked sick. And people were making fun of him.
And
And now
it's
they're
just
like, see?
don't make fun of people.
Don't make fun
They're
of
in the
people.
like that's.
You
like I
never
said,
know
that's-
you never know the situation somebody's going through. So
It's hard being in that industry, and like it's just on the spotlight, not the industry, just on
Oh,
the
yeah.
spotlight. Because like you'd never know if they're playing a role or they're having a problem, like an actual disease.
I think that's just the lesson in general. You never know what somebody's going through. So
because like
take it easy, man.
how they made fun of what's this guy's name from Texas?
Texas. McConaughey?
Yeah, when he did that role, like he
Dallas
was like super,
Buyers
yeah,
Club?
like he was super skinny. I was like, that's different. Like that's a role, but like damn, like not
Wow.
knowing, because that's what you expect. It's like, why are you so skinny? Like probably a role, but nah, dude, like
Yeah.
he was dealing with
He was dealing with some shit.
real world shit.
But yeah. I saw that news yesterday. Well, you told me. I was like,
No,
what?
yeah, I was like,
When you
'cause
told, I didn't even believe you. I was like, shut up, you're
I
lying.
didn't. I saw it on Instagram. I was like, I don't believe Instagram. And then I log into Twitter because I have the news there.
No, I was gonna say that's what I do every time. Every time a news story breaks, that's where I go first.
Well, it's
I
because
go to
if you
Twitter.
think about like Twitter back in, that was the point of Twitter. Like it was news flashes. Like,
Yeah.
that was what Twitter was supposed to be. Yeah, we turned it to something else.
Turn to something else, but
And
still,
nowadays
that's what I
also,
use it for. That's what
like-
Twitter is used for. It's for my news.
Like Twitter is news and free OnlyFans. Not gonna lie, like I was like logging, like why so many titties on Twitter? Straight up, I was like, the fuck? And it's like follow my OnlyFans. Like,
Follow my OnlyFans.
well, I don't need to now. Like I already saw it. I'm sorry, but that's what
Oh,
it's
man.
turned. Twitter is weird nowadays. Still twit though.
But yeah, so rest in peace to King T'Challa. It sucks, but
Hey,
you know, hopefully, I guess he's at least in peace now. Doesn't have to
Oh.
deal with all that.
for
But
her,
yeah,
like, that's I'm gonna cry a little bit.
away from the sad stuff. Right now that you mentioned OnlyFans, did you hear about Bella Thorne?
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, she made $1 million in a day.
But it's just like
$1
Okay.
million on OnlyFans in a day.
yeah, like I've seen like girls that made $2 grand a
Mhm.
month, which still like a lot. If that's their only income, that's a lot. But I'm just like damn girl. Like,
$1 million in a day off
day.
OnlyFans.
but it's like it's Bella Thorne.
Like seriously?
it's Bella Thorne.
My
God,
thing
like,
is though,
she's pretty hot,
because then
but
they're
also,
saying like she was selling the
not nudes or anything. Like,
no, that she was
just-
selling. Well, she was like claiming like, oh, I'll send you a picture for $200,
Oh, and then some guy posted
and
them,
guys buy them, and then like, oh, it's just her in a bikini or whatever.
or like covering herself,
Yeah,
which she already like tweet those pics. That's the nudes that someone stole from her. So
but even I'm like, really, $200? Like, and y'all pay it?
yeah, dude, like I tell like I know people that have it. I'm not subscribed. I don't have an account on OnlyFans. Like props to you, girl, for doing it. Like I'll support you, but not like be like I don't really want to see you naked. Like you're pretty hot. Like you're a friend of mine. I don't want to see you naked.
You're friends with Bella Thorne?
No, but I'm saying like other people. Shit, I wish. Dude. I want to be friends with her. But no, like I think it's just that she's just famous. I think like,
But that's the other thing. I'm like,
but it's also like someone
you
who
guys
like
realize
oh.
because of how famous she is, there's Google, right?
Yeah, like what she tweeted those nudes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's Google and all that kind of shit. Like, why would you pay $200 for it?
Yeah, they're expecting
and then
like
find out that it's not even what you thought it
they're,
was gonna
they're
be.
expecting something going in her.
That-
I think that's what it is.
That shit's crazy, dude. And then apparently, like, I guess everybody was requesting refunds because it wasn't what they expected. And then OnlyFans apparently now, from what I read, apparently before, you would get paid like every week.
Uh-huh.
And like now, OnlyFans, because of this and the amount of refunds that they had to do and all this kind of stuff, they changed it where you're only getting paid once a month. And then,
oh fuck, that sucks for like the small people.
and then before, because I guess how like she charged $200 for it, was it pay per view content? That's what they call it or whatever.
Okay.
apparently now there's a limit as to what they can charge for. The max they can charge is $50 for like a pay-per-view content.
Okay, that's not that bad for pay because he like thinking pay-per-view, like actual pay-per-view, it's $60. Like for a professional like fight or whatever. Like I'm saying, so it's like okay, that's
It's
not
just the
bad.
fact that they have to
They
put
have
a
to make
limit.
rules because
like,
of her.
Really?
I'm
It's
like,
not even just her. I'm like, y'all are idiots, man. $200
yeah,
for that. Like, come
but
on.
it's that Disney fame girl.
Which one?
Well, she wasn't just in a.
Talking about
Disney,
Bellator?
yeah.
Oh yeah, she was on.
Because like if you think about, it's all that no.
No, she was on. Oh, that was Nickelodeon. She was on a. It was a dancing show. Fuck, what was it?
That's well, I think that's
What
so
was it
random
called?
because of one of the guys from Smash.
No, it's not so random either. I did like that one a lot. That one.
I
was
never
really
seen
cool.
those shows. I'm just
Dude,
like
that one was
naming
really
them.
good. What's it called? I don't remember what it's called.
But
It's
do you
a
think
dancing
Disney's
one.
gonna remove all her shit?
No,
Not 'cause they make.
I don't think they're gonna care.
Oh, that's it.
At this point, they can't really do anything anymore. She's not in a contract with them.
True. I think that's what it like. It's a because if you think, didn't Cardi B also like announce she had it like a month ago or two?
Yeah, I think so.
But it's also like I don't want. So she was already a stripper. I don't think
I
anybody.
don't know. Dude. I just thought that was crazy.
I don't think
fact
she had
that-
that fame. That's
The
why.
fact that she made $1 million in 24 hours,
So it just makes you think.
and
like,
then
God,
the
damn,
fact
Shiva.
that people were willing to pay $200 for
Yeah, like-
one picture of her.
in my head I was like, okay, she's famous, I get it, but like there's
No.
other creators, but then it's like porn is free online.
I don't care who.
Porn,
how-
it's free online.
I don't care how famous you are. Like, I would not pay $200 for a
No,
picture
fair
of
enough.
somebody.
I'll pay $2. Take a picture with you at a show.
I don't know. Like,
Dude, I haven't even paid for a picture at how like conventions and there was like like $20 to take a picture with.
Well, see,
Jason
that's
Frank.
the thing that I hate, dude. Like,
But then like when I did it when we did that the El Paso Comic Con
yeah,
and the guy who plays Spawn, shout out to him, because he was charging $30 and because I took him the NES game, the Super NES game, he didn't charge me. He's like, this is the best thing I ever seen. He signed it because they were actually charging for the signature. He at the end of the night, because we had a booth, he came to see if the game actually worked and took a picture with me. And it was free. It's like I didn't have to pay for it, and it was just because he's
Boy.
like, everybody's like, "Oh, can you sign my Batman?" It's like, dude, he's done other movies. He's original. He's Spawn. Like he was just like so excited. Like no one brought him. Like I was the only different guy that didn't bring him a Batman DVD. Dark Knight. What's like the Joker one?
who is this?
The guy who played the rich guy and when the Joker comes out in Batman.
That's him.
Spawn.
I know. I mean, I remember
the-
Spawn,
yeah.
but I'm like, that's him.
Yeah, that's him, dude. And all the like, he has a bunch of like UFC movies, like fighting movies. I think like one's
didn't
actually called Tap
recognize
Out. But it's just like everybody brought him Batman. Like, I think like me and some other guy probably like took a Spawn thing, but he was just like, this works. Like I never seen a Super Nintendo cartridge, which I have it signed and everything. Like that's the one my like,
Yeah.
because I love Spawn. But I was just like that. I got lucky I didn't pay for it. Like I wouldn't pay just because it was like I'm never gonna see him again, in El Paso. But then like for him, it's like no, like don't charge him. Like he was pretty chill about it. And then at the end of the show or the event, like at the night, not the event, like he came by and check if it worked and he took a picture with us. So it was cool. But I wouldn't I wouldn't go to a convention and be like, you have to be like someone that's like hardcore, like
Well, there's
you
a-
want at least 3 Oscars.
There's a lot of them, dude. Well, not that, but like a lot of people that are willing to. Because when it was here recently and the Power Rangers were all here,
Oh yeah, Jason's always a
like that's dope. But then like to see like how much they charge just to take a picture and to like all that stuff, I'm like, man, like I'm not
Dude,
down.
that's
No,
why like
I'm
when
okay.
we went, I read like the talk's cool.
So I'm like, I'd rather just sit and see them talk and like have a chance to
Yeah.
talk with them. But I don't want if you're gonna charge me for a picture, I'm like, nah, dude, I'm good.
Do you imagine like trying to get an interview with them?
Mm.
Like just not because of us, but like just randomly, like you're like a startup, whatever company, you want to like be like, oh shit, like I want to get like a quote from him or something. Like it's
I
stupid.
think it all just depends. But I mean, like I'm sure if it was somebody from the show and they told them like, hey, if you're coming here, I'm signing you, I'm paying you.
Yeah.
I expect you to do interviews.
Yeah,
with these
that.
people.
But with those people that are assigned,
Yeah,
like
that's what
someone
I'm
that's,
saying.
a
Like
small,
if it's like a little YouTube thing and they're like, hey, can we do? They're probably like, nah. Well, if you
like-
want to do it,
like, dude, you have a YouTube channel. It's
Yeah.
called my morphing life.
I mean, hey, no disrespect to. I'm a big Power Ranger fan
Oh, yeah.
of Jason.
Have you
David
seen the
Frank,
new
but
fucking games?
I think just anybody in general, I wouldn't pay money for a picture.
Well, I think the other person that I think was badass meeting, Doug Jones. the Pan's Labyrinth, the guy with the eyes on the hands.
Oh, okay.
He's actually the ape from Hellboy.
Is it really?
Nice this guy. Like he was the only one there in that. It was a FrankenCon convention. It was like 5 years ago, or no, more than that. Actually, I think, 8 years ago. And he was the only one not charging. And we at the time I was doing another podcast, and we were recording at the event because we were part of the event. He grabs the mic and just starts talking to us. He stopped paying attention to his booth for like 20 minutes. Because he was like, oh, you guys live? I started hitting the mics and like talking to us. Like, he carried me like for our picture. He's just like, I'm gonna carry you, like you're tiny. Like, oh shit. Nicest guy. Also the guy that played Predator. He didn't charge. Cause like he doesn't talk and anything because he's Predator.
I mean, I
also
get
like super buff guy.
I get them charging at the convention, but I would hope like if you just run into them on the street.
Oh no, yeah.
And like if you can be like, hey, can I get a picture? They're not gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be this much.
Yes, I think 2 years ago when Rick Bale, remember that he did that at Lost and Found. It was like $50 to go in.
Oh yeah.
I met him on the night before the streets, and because I was taking pictures illegally on rooftops. I was breaking in buildings and going to the rooftop, putting stickers. I'm not gonna lie about it. Shit. But then I got down from one of the buildings downtown, and he was passing by with the girl that was giving him a tour. No security guards. And I was like, hey, you Drake Bell?
I mean.
And he's like, hey, can I take a picture? I was like, yeah, dude, like, fine. And he's like, why you took it with your phone? I was like, well, one, the lens I'm using in this camera, it's too close. It's a smaller lens. Like, so if we took a picture like a selfie, like, it was just my eye and his eye. Like, that's it. So it's like, oh, like, that's like, oh, and I showed him, I was like, okay, like, I was gonna talk shit. Like, you have this fancy camera and you took a picture with your iPhone. Like, well, I don't have a backpack with me today. Also, like, you just, because even it's like, you just came out of that building? It's like, yeah. It's like, what were you doing? Like, taking picture? Is it abandoned? It's like, yeah, it's pretty cool, dude. Yeah. But I talked to Drake Bell. I didn't pay for shit. Just because Drake and Josh.
Which is surprising, though, because apparently that dude's very, very much in debt.
But, nice guy. Not gonna lie.
No, yeah, for sure.
Like, that was just like, because I even asked, like, I even told him, like, we spent like probably like 5 minutes, like, if anything, talking.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you, like, no, I send them home early. Like, I like coming to El Paso because no one really bothers me. And then I got to the corner right there on Mills, where the post office is. And the girl's like, is that Drake Bell? It's like, yeah. It's like, was he weird? Like, did you have to pay for that picture? It's like, no, like, just, you can ask him. Like, don't be a dick or a bitch about it and be like, hey, like, is it okay if I take a picture? Don't be like, hey, can I take a picture? But like the girl was there, was like, oh, I don't know. Like, it was like you can go. Like, that's like, ask nicely to people.
I've never done that with anybody though. Like, I've only done that with one person. Like, I actually found someone who was like, oh, I'm gonna take a picture.
Who?
All Time Low.
Of course.
That's it.
Fucking.
That's the only people. Like, I've never had any celebrity experiences or like anything
Chino
like
Moreno
that. So I'm like,
guy.
huh?
Chino Moreno was the coolest guy too.
Oh. No, yeah, I've never done anything like that.
Well,
that was the only one I've done.
What would I tell you when I used to work at Starbucks, like with Oliver from Bring the Horizon? It was like, yeah, dude. It's like, and like we walk in, like I walk with them because they bought coffee. Well, I give them the free coffee, but they bought coffee for the whole crew. And he was so nice that at the end of the shift, he brought the whole band. I was like, that's badass. Like, because he couldn't add me to the list, which I was like, you don't need to add me to the show. Like, I was just, where else am I gonna run to Oliver in the fucking streets of El Paso and didn't pay for the ticket? Like, don't add me to the guest list because he's like, we're sold out. Like, he tried, like, thanks to him, like he tried, like it was amazing that he tried. But then like bringing the whole band like at the end of my shift before I left, because he was like, what time you leave? At 2? Oh no, wait, sorry, at the time 1. And he's like, oh, like I'll see if I can bring the guys. And he brought the guys to like to have a fucking Starbucks cup signed by them. And I took a picture with Jonah, the guitarist at the time, because he's the guitarist for my Kill the Prom Queen too. My favorite band. But I was just like, that's bad. Like he was super nice. Like I said, we passed a fucking like a whole street outside Tricky Falls, kids that were there to see him, and no one stopped him. I was like, dude, like he wasn't even hiding. He was wearing a tank top hoodie, but without like, he had like the cap halfway so you can see his face. Like no one in El Paso looks like him, covered in tattoos, fucking an accent because we were like still talking, like having little like stuff. I was like, dude, come on, British. He's British. And no one stopped him, and never like I went back and then he brought them back. I was like, oh, that's badass. Like I think some of I would say like best famous people do, like it's like punk, hardcore, like metalcore, like musicians, because they're not dicks unless you're Korn. He was addicted. Like I met Corey Taylor. He was like super nice when they were touring with Korn and Slipknot. Oh
Yeah,
was it Slipknot or the other one?
that's no, it's Slipknot. Corey
Slipknot?
Taylor, he's a singer.
No, but he also sings for I was gonna say Soundgarden, but not Soundgarden. He has the other grunge band.
I didn't even know he had another guy.
Yeah, where he doesn't work. And I don't know if it was Slipknot with Korn or the other band.
Probably Slipknot, dude.
And he came out of the now Paso del Norte hotel, and like I took a picture and it was like super nice. And I wanted to take one with Corey Taylor because he's a big badass. He's like, nah, dude. Like okay, like straight like he just like, no, I don't do that. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but dude, like you're walking around, like don't try to like not respect people. DJs also, because I met DJ Tiesto too, because they had like Neon Desert shit, and fucking biggest dick ever. Like just like, because he even asked for the coffee for free. It's like, do you know who I am? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Like you're a DJ.
Like, yeah, that's how I know you can pay for it.
Like you're a DJ, you just hit play at the shows. Like I don't think you're mixing shit at the show. Him and this other guy that everybody loves from Spain. He's not a DJ, he's a musician. Forgot his name. This is a fucking dick. Like usually DJs are dicks. That Spanish guy, I don't forget. It's from Spain. Starts with a B. Fuck, I don't know. He has a bunch of.
With a B?
Yeah, I like my last name. Can't say my last name because I don't know. Bleep that. Also,
I have no idea.
53 blips. I bleeped 53 times last week.
I didn't go from where do you go from talking about bad celebrity?
No,
or
but
bad
the bleeps that I had to
stories?
do because I wasn't gonna say my name, my last name.
So what happens when you say.
Dude, I texted him Jose. Thank you, Jose, again for like last week. He still wants to do another one, just like hanging out. You're more than welcome to come by. But he's like, how many? He's like, for the first 20 minutes. I told him like 23 at the moment. But that was the first like 20 minutes after he found out. It's like, God damn. It's like, dude, he's like, I'm sad now. I was like, dude, I haven't finished editing. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a one-time thing.
And then the worst thing, dude, I forgot to like take out the background noise before doing the bleeps.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go in between everything and took out the fucking background noise. I was like, I f***ed myself. So
What happens?
don't say it more. You said it twice already.
No, that's it. I won't say it anymore.
Yeah, then I'm gonna like, if it happens again, I'm gonna make you edit it. Like, figure it out. I'm gonna tell you how to bleep shit. Figure it out.
Knowing me, dude, I just would download a sample of a bleep and place it over, and just mute that specific area. Like mute.
I
bleep,
only had to mute. Just
mute,
put it on top of it.
bleep. That's what I'm saying. Just put
Like copy paste.
copy paste.
Dude, that was my my
That's
command.
literally all I would
That
do.
was my command. I had to like put the line exactly where it starts. Like there. I had to like just if anything like adjust it on the bottom, add an extra audio line just for the bleep, and
Yeah.
then to like put it where it goes. And then like his like sayings got cut up on my mic too, because he wasn't straight looking at me in my mic, so I kind of had to like bleep it on both of them. I was like, shoot. Good times. No, screw myself up.
That was a one-time thing. I mean, you're the one that caused it. You said it.
Nah, but then if we like, I'm happy to do another show with him, like just hanging out and do like a show one or like at Vitolas or whatever, and he's gonna remember.
Well,
Also, he's like super happy. Like he messaged me like, dude, this is cool.
we'll
Like,
just make him sign a disclaimer. I will not say
Certain-
that word.
certain amount of times.
certain
I'll
amount
give
of
you
times.
10.
Nah,
but-
I would say 5. No, you got 5 to work with.
Dude, like it was an hour and 51 minutes
Of what?
of the video.
That was an hour 51?
Yeah.
No,
Look at
it
the fucking
wasn't.
description. Also, when we edit this, look at the beginning of the video. I have a surprise for you. It's pretty cool though. You'll be happy about it.
Like, well, here's my happy face.
Like, oh my god. Also, the Matthew part, best thing.
Oh,
I feel nasty.
I feel gross.
I feel, dude. Yeah, you feel gross. So we're like, all right, recording, it's fine. Stop. But yeah, I don't know what we're saying. Dude, look, what the fuck? We forget shit really quick. Short-term memory. Nipples.
I don't know. You're talking about the bleeping and everybody.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, it's surprising also. Oh, shoot. It's fun, though. It was a lot of fun. We still haven't know who the male Karen is.
what the what?
Male Karen?
Oh, male Karen.
I think Steven. Not Steve. Steven.
I don't think Steven.
Oh, no. It's because I used to work for one. So. He's cool when he's drunk, but sober Steven.
I don't know, man. I'm still stuck on Bob.
Bob is like. Bob, I feel
Like,
like.
not Bobby. Bob.
I feel like Bob is like a guy that's hanging out in the front lawn with his homies, just with a cooler. Kind of like a King of the Hill style.
I was gonna say he's not a Hank Hill.
I know, but I'm just like kind of like that.
Actually, Hank might be one.
Yeah. Probably like mid.
I could see Hank being a Karen.
Starter. It's Hank. No, it's. Dude, I was like, when I was editing, it was like, listening to it, I was like, oh shit, we actually spent like most of the last, like the 40 minutes,
Like,
it was just us trying to figure it out.
who Karen
And you still grape jelly. Not liking grape jelly.
Amen.
I'll make you try like
I like to be different.
I'll give you a hand.
I don't even think I'm the
spoonful.
different one. I feel like that's the common thing. I feel like a lot more people like strawberry.
I think here, dude, like actually it's like more like in the borderline. Cause you don't, when it's living waters, you can never find grape jelly. You can. Like you
That's what I'm saying. Like I never see
I
grape
think it's
jelly.
I think it's like a Mexican, like it's in the borderline. That's the usual thing. I think.
You know who does have grape jelly though? Because it always makes me mad that they always give it to you with your pancakes. McDonald's.
I don't never go.
Whenever you get like the big breakfast or something from there, they always give you grape jelly.
You know which breakfast food I miss like from fast food? The one from Jack in the Box, the sandwich, but it was 2 waffles instead of
I
the.
didn't even. Oh, what the hell? Really?
It was like 2 little waffle, like not like the thin waffles, the thick ones. Forgot the name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But they were like already they were already like not soaking butter, but they had it on the mix already. So good, like a sausage sandwich. Like,
That doesn't sound good.
no, you like I thought so at first, and it was like, oh.
Nah, dude. I think the best breakfast is always McDonald's. Burger King also actually has really good breakfast. Their crust sandwiches are really good.
The sandwich from Jack in the Box too, though,
I don't know how that one.
because it's 2 for $5. No, but it's really good, like because of the well, cause you don't like hot sauce, but like the hot sauce they have, it's fire on it. Usually, like if I have time before work, like and I don't want to like make something, I'll just go stop by and grab one.
But Jack in the Box?
Yeah. Also, because it's close by here.
No.
Close by here and next to the freeway, so
I haven't really had breakfast from anywhere in like a while.
I have to like crave it. Their iced coffee sucks though.
That's expected.
Oh, dude, I had they changed the recipe from the ginger, the espresso tonic coffee at Coffee Bucks.
Oh.
It says now he put a tonic ginger ale.
What's in a tonic and ginger ale?
It's a soda, dude.
Oh.
Like just a tonic
I'm
like by
disappointed.
itself. But the espresso and the lime, how he added that time,
Mhm.
dude, it takes away a little bit of the spiciness and adds more of the lime. And I was like, you motherfuckers. Also, still Kid Rock
I'll have to try it.
came out, like left cameo.
He left Cameo?
Yeah, dude, like you know how I told you that I found
Why?
him.
Because
Like,
people keep asking him if he can name 5 Kid Rock songs.
he's like, he can't even.
He can't even name 5 Kid Rock
Like,
songs.
dude, I don't fucking know my shit.
Like, you know how bad it is? Kid Rock can't even name 5 Kid Rock songs.
Dude, like that night that I stayed, because fucking I stayed all day at fucking that at Mona. But one of the guys, like one of the Jose's, like shows up there, and we asked him like, "Can you name 5 Kid Rock?" He's like, "No," like straight up. Like I know he did a song with Metallica, which I didn't know.
He did a song with Metallica?
I didn't know. Why? Damn, Metallica! Like I thought you were cool. Also, this guy died too from a musician metal.
Who?
Forgot his name too. He was playing with Llama God for a while. Passed away
Really?
last week. Damn, 2020 is just
2020 ain't the year, bro. 2020
worse.
is not
fucking
the
Halo
year.
has like changed their
Bro,
date
did
to
you see that?
2021, which
I don't blame him though.
did a lot.
If that footage showed anything,
No,
I was
but
like, damn,
you
that
know why it
looks
looks like
terrible.
that? Because they had to stream it from 2 different. So they stream it on 4K, the original, and then they stream that to another streamer and then to another streamer.
If that's the way it looks because of that, that's also their own fault then.
Yeah, no, it's all their own fault.
You gotta
'cause-
realize if you're putting out something like that and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
showing it to people, what are they gonna
they
think?
fucked up. Yeah,
Like, come on.
they fucked up.
That's all I'm like, nah, I don't buy it. I think the game
But
actually
then
looks
also
like that.
yesterday games, Gamescom was trash, dude.
I didn't realize that was going on. I saw
Dude,
that. I just saw a
nobody
bunch
knew.
of.
They
I saw a
didn't-
bunch of videos popping up. I was
They
like, what
didn't.
the
It's
hell?
because I think they didn't announce before it. So there's from Inside Gaming. There's a joke tweet. It's like, oh, thank you Gamescom for letting us know. Good night Gamescom. What's going on Gamescom? I thought you were over Gamescom. Like, nobody knew, and they were just like reusing like stuff.
Yeah.
But even like the Spider-Man one looks like shit because they did the same thing. They stream it from another stream,
I didn't even see it from the Spider-Man one.
and it has like it was the same footage, but the graphics looks different. And everyone's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" It's like, what's because they did the same thing. They fucked up, and it was them, and then the Nintendo Part 2, and then now Nintendo's announcing like not announcing, but like they they bought a copyright for Switch Pro.
Uh-huh.
So like, are they doing another? Like nobody knows because they were supposed to do.
If it's Nintendo, you already know that they last like 10 years on the same console. So
But they're not making it. They're trying to make like a better
they're
version
gonna
of the
make
Switch.
like a 4K version of the Switch.
Oh, because they want to keep it portable, so 1080p for the portable screen. Because like every other, like think about it, PS5, Xbox Series X, it's 8K. They're ready for 8K. Oh, 8K TVs, I saw the new ones. Like, oh shit,
Dude, they're
dude.
super expensive.
They are like $4 grand.
I won't lie. I was looking. I don't know why I started thinking about it. It's like, I'm like, all right, I want to buy the PS5 when it gets out. But I'm like, I think it'll look okay, pretty good on the TV
4K,
that they
yeah.
have. On the
It looks
4K
good,
TV.
dude.
But I was like, I wonder how much it would be. 8K. I was like, oh, never mind. Forget that.
But the thing is, like, once you see them, it's like, I'm gonna buy the 75-inch at least. But I have a 65.
Yeah, dude. They're like, what is it, like $5 grand for like a 40
Yeah,
inch?
dude. Fuck, dude.
Forget that, man.
Like that's where, like, dude, that projector I have now, like, I was surprised. Like, ooh, I'll show you, man. Like during daylight, it's like, god damn, dude. Also, that's why I'm playing Halo 4, so I can find Conan O'Brien on it.
Oh, I saw that. After you told me that, I looked it up. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know he was.
Yeah,
there.
and Andy,
You know, they apparently don't like, or he apparently doesn't like Halo.
well, because he has that, because he doesn't get it. Like he says, like the problem I don't like is like I don't know how to play it. But that's the thing, like he did that. That's why Kojima added him on Death Stranding. And I was just because like, well, yeah, like he's into video games, but like he doesn't like hard video games. Like it has
Yeah.
to be simplified. So it's like that's a cool part. Like it's cool, like seeing all these people. The other day I was watching also Hoonigan In Deep.
Yeah.
Like they go to car collect. People have like badass cars. Also, have you saw my post with the 66 Buick against the Supra?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't? Like, I'm gonna show you right now so you can. So like they did a Jay Leno's episode, and he showed his Porsche, the bad B12,
Uh-huh.
and he actually does work on his cars. I knew he collects cars, and
Oh, Jay Leno?
yeah,
Oh yeah, dude, that is a car
but like
guru.
he's like every time I go out, I check my tire pressure on my own car that I'm taking out. Like he has a team, but he's like, no, I sit down here and like check it. It's like the best thing about a supercar is driving it. You know how much oil changes in a Bugatti? Just think of like give me a number.
I don't know. I'm gonna say $500
$25 grand.
for an oil change on a Bugatti.
Yeah,
What the hell is the oil made of?
it's just how it's assembled.
That's so stupid.
Dude, 25 grand. I'll buy another fucking like my old Focus.
fucking
That's how much I
retarded.
pay for my Focus.
If I were to go to Bugatti, and I'm buying a Bugatti, and they tell me, okay, so this is how much the car is, but
Dude,
just so you
changing
know-
tires is $4 grand.
But that's what I'm saying. Just so you know, every time you need to do maintenance on it, if it's an oil change, it's gonna cost you this much. If it's I'm like, bro, I ain't buying a Bugatti. Fuck that.
Dude, like you spend your whole life saving to buy a car like
Like,
that.
what's a Bugatti run for? Like 500, 600K? More, right?
Thinking about more, yeah. Like I think you can get the Bugatti Veyron 2008, about 400K used.
Okay, well, that's
Like,
I'd rather go buy five
also
Shelby GT500s
fuck yeah, and just do
than buy
burnouts.
one Bugatti.
Yeah, but that's a show. Like that's some fucking badass.
Okay,
engine.
I'd rather go buy a C8,
Corvette, yeah.
Shelby GT500, and a Z01 for that price. And I could still probably buy a fucking Hellcat or a Demon.
Yeah, if you're gonna, dude, honestly, at that point, you're gonna buy a Hellcat, just buy a Demon, dude.
Yeah, that's why.
Also, they're heavy as fuck. Like everybody's like, oh, that's a fast. It's a quarter-mile car. It's not a track car.
Yeah.
Put it in a track, it's gonna lose against a fucking stock Camaro, because it hits the limit at that mile. It hits the limit. So the Camaro is gonna go faster just because it's still grabbing air. Stock 66 Buick Gasser against a 2020 tuned Supra.
That is not stock. It's
It's
stock.
stock. The only thing it is, it's like he lifted so he grabs more air. That's it. And you wanna know the best part? He has to change gears by hand. A Supra has 8 gears automatic. And he set it up for like race.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
See, like the thing is like just picture BMW just like fuck. We gave him an engine and they fucked it up. Inline 6 BMW engine against a fucking 66 Buick
Dude, that sucks, man.
460 V8.
At that point, I'm like, all right, guys, I guess.
Also, it's
I want my money back.
it's a plastic car against a full metal and full iron engine, and you lose on a quarter mile.
They don't make them like they used to. That's for sure.
That's why I laugh when people like try to show off on my fucking T-Bird. It's like, dude, like your car's nice, but this engine.
I hate, dude. That is like my biggest pet peeve with cars and car dudes and people that claim that they're like crazy about into cars. Like I cannot stand like just having a Mustang. Seriously, every time I'm driving, there's always a Camaro, there's always a Challenger, there's always another car that pulls up next to me.
And trust the
It's trying to like rev their engine like this. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking race you. I don't give a shit. Like I like your car. No, like nothing against your car. I love your car, but I'm not gonna race you. I don't need to race
like
you.
I like mine too.
Like, I like mine too. That's why I bought it.
You should when I had my Bronco, I had this actually a Challenger a Hellcat.
Yeah.
And we were already wasted. No, we were drunk. We were hanging out with a couple friends. We were playing on the arcades, not gonna lie. And we're like, oh, let's go to Village Inn to get some food. Of course. And right there on Mesa, like next to me, a fucking Hellcat next to me, he's like fucking ripping. I was like, my friend's like, dude, like, have an old truck. One. The fucking Broncos are loud as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's 3 and the 3, 2 and the. And he's like showing. I was like, oh, cool. Like I waited for him to finish, and I just like put it on neutral, and it was like, and all the smoke started coming out. But it was just smoke because of the heat.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, cool. Like as soon as I hit first, I fucking burned tire, and then I passed him. The third light, the guy was like slowing down.
Slowing down.
He just like, no, dude, like this isn't like, yeah, you have a better engine, but you have a computer, you have something blocking you. Mine, I had to change gears first, like again. And then I like gears on the like I had to do this and this just to change to second. And like dude, like yeah, it's an engine with no like a Bronco doesn't have anything. Like it's a 320 engine. That's actually a 328 engine that I had on that one.
No, you know what the funniest thing? It wasn't even when I had with my Mustang. It was like when I had my first car. I had a Pontiac G6. An 09 Pontiac G6. I got it in high school. And obviously everybody knows, like for some reason, I don't think it's an El Paso thing, but I think it's mostly an El Paso thing. The Honda scene here for some reason.
Oh, dude, it's fucking. It's a tuner, people.
Yeah, they're. So there was a guy that pulled up next to me, and it's like it was probably like an 02 and 03 Civic, a white Civic. He pulls up next to me at a stoplight. Seriously starts revving the engine like he wanted to race me. I'm just like ignoring the dude. Whatever, fuck you. I'm not gonna race you. He kept revving, and I was like, all right, go. Just messing with him. Soon as, not even joking, as soon as the light turned green, his fucking car died. It just died, and he got stuck there. I was just like, all right, dude, later.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you get.
It's funny because that happened like once. When I was in middle school. I was like my last year in middle school. That was when I started driving my 72 Maverick, and like it's inline, so inline 6 engine. It was just loud because it was my fucking exhaust had holes everywhere, so it just made noise. And this guy was like, because I was parked in front of the school, and I was about to leave, and this guy on a Civic dude like was showing up. He crashed on the corner. Like as soon as he just hit it, cool dude. Like I just like got in my car with my friends and we just went. Like we just like not even accelerate. Like I just left. Like cool car, dude. But I do like even with my fucking like people like showing up with my fucking edge, dude. Like I passed them. Like my edge is like the luxury one, I guess.
Yeah.
But it has the sports engine. Like I said, like the only difference is you just got leather seats and it's a heavier truck. Still has a twin turbo. But it's just like, I'm not racing this car. Like, I bought it because I need the space. First of all, yeah, it's a dad car. And second of all, it's like fucking comfy as hell. Except when they fucking heat the seats are. Ooh.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm all for, like, you know, loving your car and being happy that you have the car that you probably wanted your entire life. That's all cool and all.
But
Seriously,
take care
come
of it.
on. Like,
Take care of
take care of it. Don't be
That's-
a douche. Don't
that's-
try and, like, be all cool. Like, I have a better car than you. Like, no one gives a shit.
That's why I was like, when I was talking after Mona, like I was talking to one of the Jose's friends, we were talking about cars. He's like, I think nowadays there's not a car scene. Like,
There's what?
there's no real car scene.
Oh.
Like growing up, and like, so my dad and like friends of like, I grew up in car clubs, and it was people that work on the engines. Now it's just like, I'm gonna buy this and the code for the computer, and that's it. And they'll take it somewhere to get it installed to the dealership. Like before, it's like I'll buy a car I'll buy two of the same car and make one, because I bought it at a junkyard, buy it somewhere used. Like, this is not running, the engine's blown up. That was the cars. I don't think there's cars in that. Like I went to actually and I'm gonna call them out, 915 crew, and it's a car scene here. I get there with the T-Vert. Guess how many old cars were like? Guess how many 2000 like the year 2000 cars were.
Your 2000 cars?
Yeah.
I don't know. 30,
Zero,
40?
dude. Zero.
Zero?
Like from 2000, and all the cars I got there is like 2012 BMW, 2015 Mustang, 2012 Mustang,
Hey, man,
like
take it
Camaro.
easy.
No, but
Take
like
it easy.
no, but I'm saying like I thought it was a car club, like any car club. I was like, no, I was like we invited because I post like about like just cars, like random shit. And I was like, well, I'm the only one here with a, like, not to be a dick, but a real car. Like, none of you guys like what's in it. I was like, oh, I got the performance chip. I bought this on it. I put a stereo on it. I was like, but what else did you do on your car? Like, did you like got down on it and see how it works? Like, no, like I pay for this. So it was a bunch of rich kids basically. None of them worked on their car. And I think like the only one was one Mustang, and the guy, he actually like supercharged it. And I was like, well, at least he did something to it. And that one, you don't do it at the dealership. You have to go to a specialist and he'll let you know what you need to buy. And I was just like, dude, like none of you guys. And they're all automatics. Like even the BMW M3, I was like, dude, like my car does more power than yours, and it's a fucking 60s car. And the reason is because your car has a computer and mine just gonna... It's heavy, like, yeah, you're gonna win in a quarter mile, but in a race...
Yeah, dude, but
I'll
you
hit
also
the
gotta
speed.
think about, the times. Like,
Yeah, like, I guess because they don't
Again,
grow up on areas where you can...
back in
fix
those
it.
days, you had to know how to fix your own car. Like, it was pretty much like the way it worked.
Yeah, like, at first,
But
maybe
it
like,
was
you're
just
like...
like a known thing. Nowadays, especially because, they don't make manuals anymore.
Dude, even in Europe, they don't make them
everything's
anymore.
automatic, so...
Which I get it, it's quicker, yeah. But since there's a beauty about driving a car, like getting to know your car. Like
Yeah,
if
that's
it
what I'm
breaks
saying.
down,
But that's what I'm saying, like, back then, because that's how cars are made.
oh yeah, dude,
Like, that's everybody knew how to drive mine. Everybody knew, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that.
even out of
I gotta check all this shit, blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, cars are, it's pretty much like, I
Put
don't
a
know.
USB
I think,
to it.
like, cars nowadays, but it sucks, because, I'm not a car guru. I do love cars, though. But,
still have to
I
fix
think
it.
people treat cars like you're changing a battery in your remote control.
But the other, yeah, like
you
the
use
thing
it
that-
for as long as you need it, but the second you're like, it's just kind of
well,
done
like
with, it's like,
the
all right,
one
I'm
thing,
gonna
yeah,
go get a new one.
the one thing that bothers is like I hear them and it's like, oh, it's like I need to take it, like, dude, like if oil change is easy, it takes time. Don't get me wrong, like it does take time. You're just gonna spend like probably like 2-3 hours max if you don't know your car. It takes for oil change, just that. Like just because you have to let it drain, let it sit for a bit, like clear the like let the pipes get to drain and all that. So that's fine. But yeah, and then just put the filter and fill it up with oil. But they always take it, and I was like, oh yeah, like he's like, don't shit. I was like, also you can just plug in a fucking computer and it tells you what's wrong. I think like for me, like, cause I guess I grew up doing that. Like, fuck, I built my first engine when I was 10. Like I didn't make it work, cause we had an engine in the ice cream shop, and I told my dad, I was like, I'm bored, cause it was a slow day at the ice cream shop. Like not a lot of people were going in. It was in the winter, and he's like, well, there's an engine in the back. Take it apart and figure it out. That was his thing. It was like, take it apart, and like my grandpa was like, yeah, do it. So I just took an engine apart. It took me months to put it back together.
I remember the one time I took something apart. Get it back together, I got in trouble.
I did that with the VHS once. But like that's the thing. Like even you told like when we're working on your car, like well yeah, like you had to be there. Like yeah, it's frustrating. Like you might get mad. We still got to get back to it.
We need to. Well, yeah. Like so, I'm hoping like once it gets cooler again. Like all right,
to go back to it. Dude, I haven't even worked on mine. Like I got the gas pump for my TV.
I mean, shit, dude. You wake up 7 a.m. It's already 90 degrees outside. I'm like, fuck.
Today, dude, like I woke because it's on my phone. Like I woke up at 5, like late for me. My issue. But then I'm just like, oh, I need like to get something to eat. I'd stay at bed watching videos.
At 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
Why you eat at 5 in the morning?
Whatever, dude. Like I was gonna make something, but then I was just like, my dogs were asleep, so I was just like, oh, it's cool. And I turn on the TV and watch YouTube videos. And then I check, it's like I had to take Ray to pick up the furniture.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh shit.
No, yeah, dude. I do want to get back to working on that thing.
But like, see, like you didn't know about the solenoid.
I didn't know
It's
shit.
like it's the smallest thing, but it fucks. And even nowadays, it still has a solenoid. If that shit breaks,
I don't even remember. Was it working?
We got it to run, but we need to change your spark plugs.
That's what it is.
And your battery, because my battery is bigger than your engine. Because my engine's a little bigger. But yeah, my car is heavier than the Mustang you have. So that's why I had a bigger engine. Not because it was fucking burning
For
shit.
those wondering, I have a 71 Mustang. He has a 66.
6 T-Bird. Yeah.
66, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also known as the Speedbird because of the design. Because it was just that time when they were like trying to. Which I saw a 64 T-Bird today, like my dad had. It's not that much different. Like the lights cover change and the bumper. The 64 T-Bird looks a little better, but that bumper is in 3 pieces. The chrome, fucking hated that. Not because like just taking it apart, it's a pain in the ass. Like a Mustang, like it's just the line. Because I put that on my Maverick. The Maverick had the same design, and like it was just that. Like the Maverick had a bigger bumper. You can put the Mustang one. It's just like that little line. On that T-Bird, you had to like that little line, another like huge part, and then a smaller part. And the 64, mine is just one little line too. And if anything, like the 2 covers on the bottom that connects the lights. It's like, oh shit. Also, I told you that you cannot call a Mustang Eleanor.
Yeah, I saw that. Or you told me about it, yeah.
Fuck, I feel bad. Like unless
either way,
they made it.
I don't have an Eleanor, so I wasn't really too worried about that.
Yeah.
Everybody else that does have one, I'm like, even then, I'm like, I'd still call it. I'm like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, but like, don't post
like
videos of it
unless you're making money off of it or something. Like,
yeah, shout out to your one though.
But I would still call it Eleanor.
It's a good like. I like the Eleanor. Have you seen the red and black one?
No.
Oh shit. The gray, like I like the bullet gray, the rat gray.
Mm-hmm.
The Chip Foods made for Gun 66 with the remake.
Yeah. Because
originally Eleanor is a Mac 1. 72 Mac 1. Yellow. Actually, the gold. It's a gold one. Gold and black.
Yeah,
kind of like the gold that your car should be.
The one, the original color of my car.
Dude, it was so funny. It's like,
After,
it's blue.
like, it's 4 or 5 cars.
I was like, no, it's not.
It's just funny. That's my dad. What color was the car? It was blue. Are you sure? Well, actually,
no, he said black.
He said black.
And
no, because it was blue, but then he got it painted black after he got hit.
Oh, okay.
But then that's when I was like, are you sure? Because this, according to this thing, it says it was yellow. And we see some yellows. Like, well, it was originally yellow, and they painted it blue. Then it got hit, and they painted it black. I'm like, all right, that makes
sense. And then
sense.
the funny is like they didn't sand it down. Like they just paint on top of it. Which this sucks because like when you had to fix them now, it's like more work. Also, I hope that body's straight.
Anyway.
As long as we get the engine running.
I was like, we'll worry about that when we get the engine running.
The engine running and we can find a body.
Once I can take a lap around the block.
No, that's not gonna do a lap. If
fine.
If the body is crooked, it's better not to do a lap.
God damn it, you're killing my dreams.
You can go back and forth in the garage.
All right, go ahead.
Well, it's because we don't
know
how the chassis is. So if they fixed it how I'm thinking they did, which is they probably just re-weld it without replacing the metal, it can break down and just we're not gonna get it off the ground on a turn. Like it's gonna get stuck in the corner.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
We can, but also like the beauty about Mustangs is that you can find those. You can get a Ford LTD body and it's the same chassis. You can get a Falcon, it's the same chassis because the Falcon was the starter for the Mustang.
Yeah.
Get a Maverick, a 4-door for yours because it's a longer one. You can get like a bunch of Ford cars. You can put the Ranger chassis on the Mustang, a '90s Ranger, because it's the same like design. It's a square chassis. That's the beauty about Ford. Like they did that. It's like if you want to fix a C10, buy a Camaro, use a chassis, because that chassis is the same square chassis for a C10.
So all I care about is getting the thing running and then hopefully looking good.
If now we're just
not spotty and rustic.
I wish I like the rusted though.
All over the place.
I like that patina though. It's just nice. They're like you're driving your car for like so long. Like I hate people that like fix cars and they don't drive them.
No, see the thing is, I'd like to be able to fix the car, have it nice, looking good, and have people come and be like, "Hey man, like I want to buy the car off you."
Yeah, like
and instead
that's
of being,
nice.
But then being like, I can actually say, "All right, give me 20 G's," instead of it being like, they offer me like $500.
Oh no,
like fuck you, dude. I'm not taking $500.
No, but it's just like it took me. I had the Bronco for 6 years. It took me 3 to fix it because it was
Even
trash.
then, I don't. Think
But I drove it for 3 years. Like I drove it like every weekend. That was my weekend car. It was like that's when like drive it. Like don't have it there. Like even in the cold, dude, like my fucking truck didn't have it didn't have AC. It didn't have a heater. It was an off-road truck. Like that's what it was. Like if you see the Bronco history, it was built to kill everybody. Like at the time, the only Jeep that was like doing off-road was the Willys, and they flip so easy. They still flip easily. That's why when they release a new Bronco,
I was gonna say,
they say it.
That's
It's
the
like
reason they get into a lot of trouble, and because of their marketing.
Oh yeah, because of the fucking lightning. The lightning race.
Well, that and because like they built a car that they knew is an off-road car, but they were marketing it as an on-road car.
No, so they marketed with the second Bronco, not the Bronco 2. The Bronco,
but I'm saying like and like.
Also, actually they stopped making them thanks to OJ.
No, I know.
It's actually referencing.
I know that's one of the reasons like they stopped, but also because they got into a lot of lawsuits because people were flipping the fucking Broncos all the time. And the reason that the lawsuit came about and the reason that people won against Ford was because of their marketing.
Not really. Also because they put the wrong tires. That's another thing. Like, yeah, you have a truck that's 4x4.
No, I know.
There's a size.
I'm saying like the main reason, the main thing from the case, because this is one of the cases that like we studied in.
Ooh, yeah. Sorry, Broncos. And Cesar. Oh, where's my beer? I left my beer over there. Give me a second. I'm still gonna keep these.
Just say it.
Oh shit. But yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I think the losses you were talking about, it was actually about the Bronco too. That was the only one that wasn't like off-road Bronco.
No, I know, but like because they were marketing the car just like as like a all-around SUV, that they got into a lot of trouble with that.
Which it's funny because it wasn't never called SUV. It was SUA.
No, yeah, but the way they're putting
like
that's why they got into trouble.
People made the SUV separate just because they were like at the time Jeeps and all that were coming out and the Blazer, so it was just like it's a off-road vehicle. So not like no, it's like it was still an automotive. Like it was just because it wasn't a car. If you're like the Bronco that I have, everybody's like, why is it so loud? It's like because it's supposed to be an off-road. Like the first Bronco was built fully off-road. It is. That's why it has 2 gas tanks.
Yeah.
Like if you die like one, like you can do Baja easily, and it's harder to flip because it's a larger frame, but it's loud because there's no radio, there's no like actual like you get hot in there because it's no like heat transfer from the cab. There's no like support system. It's just the seats, metal frame, seats in the back, and a roof that you can remove. Which that's what it was. Like the Bronco, that's what it was. Also, it was supposed to be called the Goat originally.
The Goat?
That was a code name, Goat. It's like the Ford F-150 is called Lobo. Like on when they were doing it on RAF.
Yeah.
RAF. And in Mexico you can buy a F-150 Ford Lobo, which is the F-150. But that was a code name. It's like when Jetta released the new model and people in Mexico were buying Jettas because of like they were old Jettas because of Fast and the Furious. So they made it they made the new version of it, like the 2004. It was called Volkswagen Bora, which is a code name for the new Jetta at the time. So they just kept it Bora so they can sell the old Jettas.
Did Do you always find it funny, like seeing that they actually make cars specifically for like Mexico and like certain countries? Like, I always found it funny. Like, I would go over to Juarez and you see like the cars that were a car and a pickup truck in one.
Oh,
and
like
I'd be like, what the
that fucking
hell?
Mitsubishi, like,
Yes.
it's like the front is a fucking
the front is like
it's an
an
eclipse, and then the back's
back
a
is a pickup
pickup
truck,
like,
yes.
but it's tall.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit looks like trash though. Like, it looks cool like from far. You get close, it's like, why is this?
But
Why
it's
is this a
crazy because
thing?
then like I remember I read about it once and they were saying because people I guess in Mexico they want the conveniency of a little car, but to be able to move things around. So they made
Yeah, so they want a fucking El Camino
yeah.
or a Rancho.
So they want like an El Camino, yeah. But so I was like, I remember when I was little, I'd be going, and I'd always be like, what the hell? What car is this? I've never seen this car in my
well,
life.
like, they stopped selling the Smarts in the States. You know why, right?
Why?
Because they cannot get it on the freeway. They flip with just wind.
The smart cars?
Yeah. Dude, they
Makes
sell them in
sense.
Mexico like crazy. I was like, well, yeah, but it's like, well, yeah, like try to cross
Those
and they
cars
tell
scare
you.
me, man. I would not feel
It's
safe
I get
driving
it.
one
So
of those
like
things.
like oh, it's an electric car or gas, like a small gas car.
Uh-uh.
But dude, like
I'd
next
be
to
like,
a semi,
nah,
next to a semi, you're in the
you
floor.
cannot put a price on my safety. I ain't buying that car.
It's a
for
fucking golf
anything.
car,
Hell
dude.
no, dude. Yeah.
Like, I'll go golfing.
I'd
with
probably
it.
feel safer driving the golf car on the freeway than that thing.
Well, even like my Bronco, when I started fixing it, was like I couldn't drive it in I-10 because, like, at the time I haven't finished it. I was just testing the engine.
Yeah.
And you go up to third, but up to third it's like 55 miles. It's like I can go on I-10, but at the time it's like, well, I haven't gotten the top yet ready. It's still not like so fully, like the suspension's not ready. Like, I was just testing the engine. It's like, I'm not gonna get an I-10 for like 6 months. Because either way, like, I had to unlock the wheels. That's the other thing from off-road cut. You lock the wheels and unlock them. So you lock them so you forward driver too. Back in the day, they were like, you don't have to do this. Like, it's actually go on, like, under, like, not under, like, get down from the car and next to the, like, badly called heel rims. It's a wheel. It's not a rim. A rim is a spinner. A rim is a basketball hoop. Not a fucking wheel. Not a tire. And there's a lock on the middle, and that's it. Like, the key is included. Like, you lock it, and that's how you do up to 5th and 6th gear.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like, that's fine. I don't mind doing that. But there's like people like, no. Also, it was hilarious seeing people try to drive my car. Like, oh, I'm gonna change gears. Like, well, that's 4th. This is 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Get with it. Or when they fixed them because they don't know how to drive 3 and the 3, so they had 2 sticks on the floor. So the first 3 gears on there, and then they had to change the stick. Like, dude, like, if you're doing that, just change the whole transmission to a 5
speed.
Just because you don't get this.
Hey man, cars.
They're funny. They're great.
They're complicated.
Those are the only girls that love me back. They don't cheat on me. Oh shit. Damn, I got deep.
Damn, dude. Are you okay?
Just shaking. No, but it's just like, I always say, like, because Sarah was like, I call my car's Brittany. Also because that's the name of the color. Brittany Blue.
I remember when I got my car, I was always trying to come up with a name. I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to name my car. I'm just going to leave it.
Once you drive it, it gives you a name, dude. Like my Edge, it's
Never
Waze.
gave me a name.
It's Waze. It's like, she's Waze. And if you know, like, your history, you know who she is. Pretty fire, though. Shout out to the Ice Queen. But no, like, yeah, even my Focus, it's Gwen Stacy. I don't know, like, I drove it, it's like, it's a Gwen, for sure. And I'm always been a Spider-Gwen fan, so works out.
Too
The
bad
one
they're
before.
not making Spider-Gwen. They're making Spider-Woman.
Don't talk to me about that. Dude, like, she's been out, like, Spider-Woman, she's been out for longer, but, like, as soon as, like, don't get me wrong, like, Miles Morales, love the character, like how he's, like, different from Spider-Man. But then it's like, when came out first? It's also like mixed with it. Also, you saw that they're doing a whole documentary because they're starting a 616 MCU universe.
Mm-mm.
They're doing a documentary on Disney Plus for it's called Marvel 616.
Really?
Yeah, it's supposed to come out September. I don't know which time in September. Because we're already getting Mulan. Still $30.
Dude, they're going to make a lot of money off that.
Dude, and the theaters are opening now. Which is hilarious. Have you seen the AMC, like, trailer for that? So
Yeah.
fucking stupid, dude. For like social distancing.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
It's like basically you sit here, three empty seats, then another person. Also, today's the first locomotives game.
Yeah,
and
I
they're
saw
letting
that.
people in.
They're letting, I think,
800.
800 people.
'Cause,
I think it's just a season ticket
Shout outs
holders.
to Gus. No, Gus bought tickets separately.
He was able to buy tickets?
Yeah. Because Gus is like, oh, because there's an ice cream sandwich with nopal on Galeria Lincoln, which we're gonna do an episode soon, coming out for that.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I want to try your ice cream because I was there yesterday, and I'm like, well, like I leave at 7 for the game, and it's like I got tickets. Like, wait, you got tickets? Like I thought the same thing as like season. It's like no, they're just selling because apparently like not enough people bought season tickets this year.
I didn't even know they were selling tickets for it. I thought it was just season ticket holders.
I think they're like I know like people here love soccer. I'm not a soccer fan. Like I'll go to the games because no beer. Like to have a good time, you know. But I'll just like it's like wow, like my boss has Chihuahua season tickets. That's how I go to the games for lunch break. We'd never come back. Come on, it's a Chihuahua game. It's like so like I want to buy Rhinos season tickets for us. But then we fucking enjoy them too much. Cause I never I like going to your sister's game is like seeing me at the Rhinos game. You get too into that.
Oh god, man.
They're like this guy. Hockey's a thing. Like hockey for me is like the best thing.
Look, man. That's a different thing when it's your family playing and you're like,
Yeah,
all
but
right.
like even so, like but then like me at the Rhinos and like I get fucking pissed.
Bro, I'm telling you. I'll say this, like before I actually started going to her games, I never realized just how competitive.
You are.
Like, I always know I'm competitive. Believe me, you ask.
But like
any-
how competitive supported you are.
well, not even that. Like, just how competitive, like volleyball. Not even the players, like the parents and the fucking families. Like, oh man, I forget how crazy it gets.
Dude, like because I guess like I went to school in Juarez, so it's just like you didn't see. It was weird seeing families, unless it was soccer. We had a baseball team in my high school, which the only reason you can get in the baseball team, you had to be recommended by someone. But it was just like you go to the games, no one, dude. Like probably like one parent, 2 parents, and it was just the schools, like just the
Yeah.
guys that did good in
The
class,
guys that are good in class.
and that's it. Like you get to get out and go to watch
To
the
watch the
game,
game.
which they were good games. Don't get me wrong, like they were good games. Like we had good play, like, and I was just like, wow. But like you go to the soccer, like. It's just like when I went to your volleyball game, I was like that was like a bad soccer game for the high school for us. I was like, how the fuck like?
Well, the one that you went
and they
to-
sell beer too, so
No,
it's like
dude,
different.
Well, I mean, obviously, yes, it's a high school. No one's gonna sell beer.
No,
here.
but like in here, they
No,
don't
I'm
sell
saying
beer. But in
here,
Juarez, they
in
were like, you're
Juarez,
getting
yes.
tecates. Like
But
they didn't know ideas. Like, God, shit, we can
no, dude, those games get fucking crazy. Like, and I always said like I'm not gonna be too crazy about them. No, I'm good. That I wouldn't be too crazy at them, but you can't help it, man. You get into it, especially with that school. Like that game that you went to was probably one of like the crazier ones.
Keep it on the same one, but this one's gonna be Gonzo male.
Oh, Gansel, that's a cool name.
It's a pit bull too. La Pit. You got a Chihuahua. Sorry.
And then it flows. But yeah, dude, like those games get fucking crazy.
Yeah, I never
And-
seen you like it was like a small bad ref call and you're like fucking like oh shit, and then I was like wait, that's me in hockey.
Well, it's because I don't usually get that way. Only at those games against that specific school, the game that we saw, and then another one. There's,
call it out, fuck it.
But well,
Call it
it's
out.
when they play El Paso High and when they
Fuck
play
you, fast high.
El Paso High and Burgess. Those are their big 2 rivals. So I mean, anytime those games are on, like that's when I get even more crazy. Because then even
I was
guess the
like,
reason-
I was waiting for the moment you take off your shirt. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but
No,
like, I'm
do
into
that.
it. You go, dude. We're getting in a
think-
fight. I'm ready. Dude.
I think the other reason more so I get that way with them because the season prior, and I always remember this because it really pissed me off that the way this guy did this shit. They played there, but the time that they played there, my sister's team, they ended up clinching the championship and an undefeated season. So, and because they're rivals, and it was their senior night, which I get sucks that they lost on their senior night.
Oh, fuck it.
They were all depressed, but like the team, like my sister's team was there celebrating all happy, whatever. And the parents literally like kicked them out of the gym because they're like, we have to get their senior night stuff started. And I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out, man.
It's
Like,
give us
they're
5 minutes.
kids. Give them a chance to celebrate. Give them a chance to take their pictures. They're happy. They just got their trophy. Like, come on, dude.
Which reminds me, like when I was racing for four, Casa 4 at the time, like my first race, the first race that I ever won.
Mm-hmm.
I shotgun a beer and I got a ticket, which I didn't know. Like it was like I was like I wasn't expecting. Like it's actually like kind of professionally. It's not semi-pro. It's A1, which is under semi-pro, because I wasn't like we had to get better training for that, and like I was my first race that I ever won in my like in a good like good environment, and like 4 was cool. Like we took beers, we like hang out and all that. Like, but the whole time like you actually don't know if you're gonna race again that same day. So the first thing like I'm not a friend. I actually like I shotgun a past blue ribbon. And then there's like we got a ticket and took it out of my pay, which is like you get paid. Like it was my first race, like not my first race, it was like my 4th one with them, and just like got a ticket. I was like, dude, like that was hilarious, but don't do it again. Because as soon as I crossed the line, like I did like my winning lap, like yes, like
and then what? The cop car came behind you. Woo.
No, like I didn't have the shotgun, like I didn't have the beer yet, and as soon as I get out. Like I've signaled the guy in the pit that because the pit was next to where I parked. He throws me a beer and I just like punch it in with the key of the car that I was racing, which I was impressed I was able to do it. I shotgun and they didn't say anything, and then they come by when I had actually sat down in the pit. Like I was like, well, that was like congratulations, but you should never do that again. And my friend Damien, when he was working for Cesar, like dude, like. It's pretty much illegal, but like they handled it cool because it's like the first time you ever done that. But it was like everybody was like, dude, that was the best thing here like we seen, because one, no one stopped you. Second, why did this guy throw you a beer? But we're like it was a good time. So that's
yeah, dude.
But it's like I had my moment, like yeah, we got fined, but I feel like they're just jealous because they.
But that's what it is, because I'm saying like because their schools are rivals, but then it's also like. That's what I'm saying. Like the parents are the ones that get really fucking annoying.
But it's like I was telling, like
and
for
that's
me,
why,
it's weird.
Like I admit, like I do lose myself sometimes, especially like I know that, like I get into it, but
I think it's because people in El Paso are fucking proud of their high school. It's so fucking weird.
That's the way you identify yourself. Like because, that's the crazy thing. Like whenever you meet somebody, literally,
what high school you went to?
The first question is usually, "What high school did you go to?"
Yeah, and like I didn't like I went to higigh school in Juarez. Also, high schools over there they're by number.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Like they can be it has the same thing. Like I went to Colegio de Bachilleres Plantel 5. There's 10 of them in Juarez.
Yeah.
And then there's Chamizal. There's Covesh. But they're separated by numbers, and then they're like estatal, federals, and all this shit. So it's like we didn't have that. Like oh yeah, you're an Apache, so you're Covash 5. It's like, well yeah, that's who I was. Or you're an Eagle, you're 6. Like it was different. Like it was just the mascot. I guess like but it was like weird. Like we didn't get like people like, hey, when high school you went to, or like it was more like que barrio, like the area you grew up in. But like seen here, and I like when I did my DWI, my fake DWI, because one, I was sober, motherfuckers, and all that. But like I had to do the classes just for my ticket probation, so I didn't get it on my record. And the guy, like I waited because this girl, like everybody left, and I was like, hey, like are you waiting for someone? I was like, well yeah, like I'm waiting for someone to pick me up, and I wasn't gonna be a dick and just leave. Like she was pretty cool. Like we had talked in the class, like we took, and I was like, oh, I'll wait with you. And the guy who was teaching us the DWI class, he's like, oh, like what school you went to? Like that was the first time I ever like experienced it. Like what school you went to? So like the girl said, I don't know what school she said, and then I was like, well, I thought of like what school? I was like, well, what college you went to? It's like, well, UTA, like UT Austin. And he's like, I was like, well, Austin. And he like hugged me, and I was like, what? I was like, oh, like who, like what district, like not what this, like what's your biggest like thing?
It's because,
and I was like, I thought it was like, well, like I'm a Longhorn. And I was like, well, I went to.
You're a long whore?
Well, lady. Not horn. I'm horny, but horn.
Anyway, sorry.
But it's fucking perfect. Damn it. I'll give you props for that. You know what? Clapper. But I was just like, he's like, oh, I was talking in high school. It's like, that was like he has a master's degree. And I was like, dude, like it's so weird.
It's because that's that's the small town feel that El Paso has, dude. Like the way.
Which we're not even that small.
No, I know, but the way like if you were to go to like Odessa or Midland, everyone's like, oh yeah,
Go to Austin, and this is the biggest fuck you get if you come from I think from Vegas to Austin. There's like when you're coming on I-10, it says like 15 miles to Austin, 1,000 something to El Paso. Like it's the two names. It's just Austin,
Yeah.
El Paso. But you go from San Diego to El Paso, it's like 100 and something miles. Like people forget how big Texas really is.
oh, yeah, dude.
Like, and it's not just my Texas pride, but it's so funny how like we fuck ourselves in like just signs on I-10, I-20.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like here in El Paso specifically, like everybody has that small town feel for some reason, and it's like the high school that you went to is pretty much like your own town within El Paso. That's like the community, like like all right.
Like
So you went to Franklin, oh then you know this and that. You went to Chapin, you know this and that. You went to Eastwood, you know this and that. That's how everybody here thinks.
and imagine like I think now that we're kind of bigger, like we feel bad for the people in Favens, because if you like.
No, dude, that's
when
the
you
thing. Because
drive
like
here-
I've met a couple people that like since we're bigger and there's new schools all the time. I've met a couple, and now obviously that question comes up. And like I've heard there was one girl that I met. She was like, "Oh, I went to Pebble Hills." I was like, "What? Where?" Like Pebble Hills High School. I was like, "The fuck? When did that become a school?" Where's that?
Like for me, like my first high school experience, I guess, was when I started teaching early college. Teach at Cotton Valley. It's
Yeah.
in Favens, but I'm just like Cotton Valley. Like I actually had to Google it, and it didn't come out when like they gave us a contract because I was working a private gallery for, and then we got hired by APCC, and I was just like Cotton Valley, like what the fuck is it? I had my friend like another graphic designer, like he's like, dude, like he lives in Horizon. He's like, oh, it's Favens. I'm like, what? And there's a Favens high school too, and driving to Favens, like at the time, like all you get, like you drive to Favens, it's a gas station.
Yeah.
At the time, like this is when I started going, gas station, Family Dollar, churches, chicken, McDonald's, and then to the right, the high school. I was like, that's it. Anything else? Dude, they made a big deal when like everybody got excited when they opened a Little Caesars, and then a Subway. Like now you go and that's the last Winter Schnitzel you see before leaving El Paso. It's in Favens. Also shout out to Winter Schnitzel because that would be, I fucking love Winter Schnitzel. But I was like, when I'm teaching here, like I couldn't go. That was the first time I ever had McDonald's at Favens. And that's the only burger I ever ordered is a quarter pounder. But I was just like, I don't like it. But I was just like, that was because cafeteria food from school, so I never had it before, and I was just like, oh shit.
No, yeah, dude, but that's the crazy thing about here. Like, that's how everybody identifies itself. Like, that's even like once you graduate, that's like the thing that everybody always remembers. It's like that's the big thing here. Like, even I kind of am guilty with it too. How probably like 3 weeks ago, I stopped by fucking what's it called, Raising Cane's on my way home.
Raising Cane's?
Yeah.
You said Hanks, so I was like, what?
Cane's?
Yeah.
Oh my bad. Cane's. My bad. Raising Cane's.
Also, badass Cadillac the owner has. The fucking 67 Cadillac built by a gas monkey.
But
engine. Sorry.
But yeah, no, like I stopped by to order some food on my way home, and the girl who was working the drive-through, she was wearing a face mask that was from Andrus, which was a school that's literally like right down the block from where I grew up. It's like it was supposed to be my home high school, but I didn't go there. So I'm seeing it, and I'm like, she's on the west side, but you have a master from Andrus. And I asked her, I was like, why do you have a master from Andrus? You're on the west side. And she was like, oh, I just graduated and I moved over here. But then like I felt like when I asked it, it sounded kind of douchey. And I had to like, no, I'm not like hating on you. I'm just wondering, like, you know.
Yeah, like it's weird when you
like,
see it, I guess.
Your school, the school's in the northeast, but you're on the west side. Like, do you really drive and shoot?
Well, yeah.
And that's why. And the other reason I read it too, because I'm like, well, that was like one of the rivals that we had when I was in high school.
Taking out your shirt out the car.
That was
You
gonna
wanna
be
go,
like,
bitch? Don't give me the extra sauce.
But yeah, like it's just funny because when you said it, I thought I was like, you know what? It's true though, because I thought about that instantly. I was like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah,
Andrus?
because like for me when you like Austin, I was like, well, yeah, I went to like for me like that was just like I'm not gonna like that was the
Oh,
when
they
I-
were thinking
when
high
I
school.
graduated from college. It's like yeah, like I got lucky that I didn't graduate. Like not saying that YouTube's a bad school because I met professors from them. They're
But
good.
they really are.
Kinda,
Not the teachers, the school itself.
But I'm just saying, like, well, like, I'm happy that I was like, I got lucky. Like, I paid out of pocket. It's like my brother graduated from Wyotech, which is a big automotive engineer car class, university. And I'm just like, well, like, for me, like, that was badass. Like, I get to say that my fucking diplomas are from UT.
Yep.
Not like UTEP. It's just UT, University of Texas. It's Austin. Like that's where it's
It's
at.
not UTEP, it's JUTEP.
UTEP. But I was just like, well, like that. I was happy, like, but for me, like, it's like so weird. It's like he gave me a hug. I was like, it's never like, this is weird. Like usually when we do like when it's like, oh, what college is like, everybody does the two hand, like too much metal for one hand, which is the longhorn. And it's what it is. But like I knew, like for shows, which is dumb. Don't get me wrong, it's dumb because.
Really?
Well, like dude, we
I
have.
didn't know that.
Yeah, we have like UTEP has the.
I get. Like I always got this thing. I'm
the
like,
too
cool,
sweet. The
great.
too sweet. But
I
too
always
sweet.
got this, but I didn't know you. What really?
So how I knew like the Longhorn before going to university. So it was like when I went to Sounds of the Underground, which is a metal like grindcore metalcore gore grind like festival.
I know
It was, like, there was too much metal for one hand. But I didn't know there was like once the team wins, like when the fucking like the football team wins, like you do the Longhorn, which is this. It was like, oh, that's badass. It was like in my head, it was like, that's fucking like that was. I went to one football game and they won. It was like that's badass. It's like I was thinking like, fuck yeah, Lamb of God, motherfuckers. So I like, and they play Lamb of God, which was hilarious. They play Last to Rest when they won. I was just like, that's badass. Because that was the only game I went to. But in my head, I was like, well, it's like now it makes sense. It's a Longhorn, so you have to do that. But that's only when you win. That's only when you win. But when I saw your sister do that, like, why everybody's doing the too sweet?
Oh, it's because they use it for the mascot because it's husky, so they use the same thing.
But the too sweet, I was like, the first thing that was like, what the fuck is the under? If
Well, I mean,
Triple
dude,
H coming in here?
That's how it works everywhere, though. Because I
It's,
mean,
Triple H.
everyone always steals the fucking. Because even UTEP is
The fucking
picks up.
But it's also Mahalo.
It picks up. It's Mahalo, but then UTSA also uses it as their runners.
What's
road
the
runners.
Aggies? What's the
Which one?
Aggies? What do they do?
A&M?
Yeah.
I have no idea, honestly.
Uh,
I'm not too in tune with the whole college shit.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
like for me, like that was badass doing the Longhorn just because like I was just like, fuck yeah, metal, dude.
Nah, that
Also because they played Lamb of God when they won. I was just
honestly,
like,
that's like the thing that like unfortunately like I wish we had here. Like I've always wanted to go to a UT game just to experience a UT game.
dude, that was I was like my second semester and I stayed with my homie and he's like, dude, I have an extra ticket. And recently he has that extra tickets because his girlfriend didn't want to go that day.
Yeah.
Girls night.
Girls Club.
Girls club. But also hint, that might be a surprise. And so like we went and I was like, they won the game. I was like, I've been to UTEP games just because Sumbo and because of like I went when one of my cousins was at UTEP and he gave us tickets. It was cool. Like it was alright. Like we played against NMSU at the time. Like it's not a real school. It's not a real state. But like yeah, we went. I was like, that was alright. Actually, we'll make us with prices. They gave us free tickets, and then when I went to a UT game, like I wasn't explaining, like dude, like that was the first time I was like had to hang out at a like what's it called, like when you're like tailgates, like people just like giving you different burgers because they were making different ones each one. Yeah. I never had the same burger in one like robe. And then like, hey, like how old are you? It's like 21. It's like gave me like people started giving us beers. And they saw like I had an El Paso shirt. I actually had the El Paso long.
Well, okay. Now that you mentioned that though, sorry, but the same way you just like we were talking about the high schools, it's the same thing with El Paso. You go to San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, Austin. Someone knows you're from El Paso. You're from El Paso?
No, but like
I'm from El Paso.
The shirt that I was wearing the Sugar Skull Longhorn that my friend from Prospect. What's it? Prospect? Proper Print Shop. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
At the time it was recovery tees because he's a recovering alcoholic, and he did that shirt for me and a couple friends. No, like that's all the shirts. If you read them, it has a lot of shit for alcoholics. If you know the lingo.
I'm just checking you because I don't know that you want to put people on spaces out there like
no,
that.
he's really proud about it.
Okay.
No, he's really proud about it too. And we did that, and he did that shirt for me. Damn it. So he did that shirt because he knew me, and like we were like I did work for him and all that. And he did that Longhorn Sugar Skull, but on the back it said EP Recovery, and everybody like recognized it. Like two people were like, oh, I'm from El Paso. Like, oh yeah, dude. Like so some guy just gave me like beers and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, that was badass, and I was like, cool. Like I went to the game and like most of the songs, like I was in like I was going to a YouTube game. They usually like I was my first like football game, I guess, and they were playing like pop songs, hip hop, R&B. Went to a UT game, dude. Everything was like pop punk. I was like, I thought it was on a hockey game, dude. Like honestly, because they were playing. They play a Day to Remember.
Really?
Yeah, and it was when the fucking when they're just like
Oh.
and they play that song at the beginning. I was like, what the fuck? And when the Let's Go, dude,
Let's go.
the whole team just broke into.
Really?
Like,
That's
oh
dope.
shit! I was
That's
like,
dope.
what the fuck is this? I was like excited. I was like, I never seen that in a football. Like, I was just like they were playing like a fucking like gangster shit, like because we're here, like some not gangster, we're like hip hop, pop or anything. And I was like, dude, like they came out to a Day to Remember. I was just like, I lost my shit. Like I fucking like we bought a bunch. They were selling Blue Moons and Guinness too. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like here you get Bud Lights, Millers. I was like, this is bad. I was like, so we had like a good time. And then at the end when they won, they play a Late to Rest, which I thought was hilarious because as soon as the last touchdown happened at the last second, like they hit the touchdown and they didn't fucking kick it. They played it just to be, I guess, to be dicks.
Yeah.
Like either way they had won. Like it doesn't matter. They did it and they just Late to Rest. I was like, what the fuck? And everybody was like fucking like too much
That's
metaphor
it,
on it.
dude. That's
And I was just like, that was for me, it was like best. I think that was the only and the best college experience, like football experience that I had.
That's dope. That's the one thing I wish I could have gotten in college. I never got that full like football experience. Like I went to the games here at UTEP, and
I don't.
unfortunately
They don't do them right.
No, it's just people don't hear care anymore because the team hasn't won in who knows how long.
What since fucking?
I don't know.
I think like even the basketball team, like we were known for our basketball team at the time.
Who?
UTEP.
Oh yeah, UTEP. It's because
Because
they're on and off. UTEP's basketball team is
Don Haskins was
their team is
a
definitely
great
their basketball team
coach.
is always more so than the football team would be. But I mean that's the thing here. People don't really care unless the team wins, and then I think the school doesn't really put too much effort into the actual game
like,
experience.
I
They
met
put a lot of
the
effort
director.
into trying to find a new coach every year for the team,
But like
and
the
to
other
pay
thing,
the
like,
coach the shit ton of money.
which the other thing is like I met the sports director for UTEP because he's friends with my boss.
Mhm.
And dude, the first season of the hockey team for UTEP, because it's what we call I like to call the Rhinos varsity team, because they all got scholarships.
Yeah, they all get scholarships from the Rhinos.
But they were winning, and no one knew that UTEP had a hockey team. Dude, they won against Texas Tech the first year, and Texas Tech was the fucking like high hockey college team at the time, and they won the 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
In El Paso, and I went to those 3 games, and it was like sad to see it like kind of empty. It was like, dude, like the opposite, like all Texas Tech is here. Like we have Texas Tech here, which is not
But,
bad.
I mean,
like it's a good school, but I was just like,
it just
holy
goes with
shit.
it though. Like,
and I told him, like, I got to meet him. It's like, what do you guys promote? It's like, it's not really El Paso.
But it's 'cause
like,
I'm saying,
hockey
like,
is like
you-
they do
in Texas, people the thing that they care about is football.
football in prison.
Football, okay, fine, prison.
Longest yard.
But football, hockey, yeah, it's gotten bigger here, especially with the Rhinos. But I
Dude,
mean,
like, fuck,
it's
dude,
not to the point where like it's marketable and is as
Popular,
profitable
yeah.
as football is. So that's why they do that.
But then, like, we gone to the Rhinos game. Like, just think about like the first time we went
Oh,
to the
dude.
Rhinos games. What beer were we getting? The first time we went, like when I took you the first time, me and
I
Christian.
don't even remember honestly, dude.
There were Bud Lights, dude.
Oh yeah.
Dude, remember they scored 3 goals in 50 cents Bud Lights? Well, yeah, like 50 cents Bud Lights, 50 cents hot dogs. Hell yeah, dude. But then, like the next season, they have Blue Moon and Guinness. I was like, fuck, dude. And then the next year, they had actual Dead Beach beer. They had like local breweries coming to the games and like sell their beer.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, like if you have that much, like we're doing good. Like people are actually finding out that we always had a good hockey team. Even before like the Rhinos, it was the Buzzers. The Buzzers were great. They like a lot of shit happened with the Buzzers. Almost got A1 minor league. So we were gonna have like a hardcore minor league team. Like the Rhinos are a minor league team, but not like a A1 minor league team. But we have good players. 2015, they got in the NHL 2015 NHL 15, the cover. It's actually a Rhino.
You know that?
He plays for New York at the
Islanders
time, yeah.
or Rangers?
Rangers, fuck Rangers are pretty good though. Like I'm a Penguins fan. Always gonna be a Penguins fan. I love Dallas All Stars because it's Texas.
Go
Respect
Ducks.
Dude, we both did bad this year.
Quack.
Like, though.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
No, but like, dude, like even like the Penguins, like because we were doing that tournament, the second game we did bad. Like, well, they did bad. I'm a part of the team, but I was like, damn, like, but just think about it. The Stanley Cup's gonna finish soon. They're gonna have 2 weeks maybe of break, and season 21, season 2020-21 is gonna start.
Dude, it's not even just them. That's like all sports. That's good.
And also,
crazy.
like, honestly, like, props to the NBA and everybody, like, fucking doing, like, the protests.
Oh, yeah.
Because, also, a lot of shit to talk about that because the thing that came out about that guy,
Well, leave that alone.
it's something else. But I was just like, dude, like, I'm surprised they actually, like Fox respected that. They didn't put the games, they didn't force him to play. Because, you know, like, Fox is a big sports. Like, they have fucking W. Also, I canceled my WE network, finally. Dude, I haven't watched that. Also, shout-outs to Rey Mysterio's son, dude. Like, he's finally wrestling professionally. His first fight
Is he really?
Yeah, dude. He did his first fight against Seth Rollins.
And wait, he's in the WWE wrestling professionally? They put him in there right away?
Against fucking Red
But
Rollins.
Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins, dude.
Really?
And then this guy
Isn't
came
the kid
back.
like 19 years old?
Yeah. And he guess what he wear? Not a mask. He wear his dad suit.
Oh, really?
Dude, yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm thinking Rey Mysterio is retiring by the end of, like, at least the beginning of next year, and he's gonna give the mask to his son. Because that's how he got the mask from his uncle.
Yeah.
Because he was El Mosquito in AAA. But I was like, Aleister Black, dude.
For those of you that don't know, that means the mosquito.
But come on, dude. Like,
El Mosquito.
dude,
El
that
Mosquito.
also so funny, dude. Like, that was his name before Rey Mysterio, which is like
Mosquito.
king of Lucha Libre. No?
Maybe it's because he's so small and he can just fly around everywhere like
Also,
a
like,
mosquito.
back to like shout outs to Gus making that beer for Cassandro El
Cassandro.
Exótico. Also, Gael Garcia playing Cassandro in the new, like, his new movie.
Yeah.
And also, he's coming to El Paso, dude.
Oh, really? When?
I think before the end of the year, hopefully. And we might get something. Hopefully. Gus, because he's also like keeping us in mind. Always. Because we also have another kind of. Well, so I'm gonna fucking tell you right here. I got Gus and actually Fernando though, and we might do a show with them together as sponsors, and we're gonna have some beers and Mr. Cigars. So it's Mr. Cigars for Gus is gonna figure out which beer goes which each cigar, and we're gonna have them on the show. Probably at Old Sheep Dog, or there's a special room for us now. Not really a special room. It's just like a secret room.
I have a secret room.
And
Well, I don't have a secret room. They have a secret room. We get to
it's
use
gonna
it.
be great. We do it. Fucking, we love you guys. They give us so much shit.
Yeah. For real.
Like we always said, I'm fucking thankful for like being friends with them. Just because, especially like not being less to Fernando, but Gus, just for being our first sponsor, giving us beer to like show up, always talking good about us, talking good in other podcasts about us, which I'll recommend you guys to listen to Words on Fire. I think it was the March episode, which is an actual podcast, and it's the beer that I'm drinking. He actually talked about us.
Did it really?
Yeah, for like 3 minutes. And we owe him a lot. Like, he's fucking, like, he had a lot of fun with us.
Yeah,
'Cause
shout
I
out to
think-
them then. I didn't know that.
Because, shout out to all the local podcasts, like, podcasts that want to bring the community in together. Like,
Maybe we should reach out to those guys and see if they want to chat it up.
Imagine doing that. Oh,
That'd be interesting.
combo. They had the audio, we had the video. But no, like, shout out to them, El Paso Culture. El Perro Borracho, which is another podcast that I just found out about.
That means the junk dog.
Dude, it took them forever to do with like Old Sheep Dog, but it was great for doing to them. But like, damn, dude, like he talked like it's a small like segment that he mentions us, but I was like, dude, like thank you, like he had a lot of fun and we had a lot of fun talking to him. Always it's just like You guys, if you've seen the video, like just that half mid intro where he says like he's in love with himself, I just left it there. It's out of context. Like you guys don't know what happened before that.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful. Always shout out to Jono for being part of our team. Also for he says he's trying to make a beer for us.
Hey,
Calling
man,
you out.
I'll never say no to a beer for us.
Good times for us. like the fucking like, oh, we do a lot of shit. We're thankful for all these people. Like,
Yeah. No, but for real, thank you to
Hey.
everybody that supported us so far.
Eduardo from Osoperate for subscribing.
Eduardo subscribing.
Also,
but
72 hours in 1 week. Someone watches. Like people watching
That's
us in
pretty dope.
1 week.
no, yeah, but for real, thank you guys to everybody who's been watching us up to this point. Thank you to everybody who's helped us out and has agreed to come on the show with us. Thank you to Sheep Dog for being our first sponsor and continuing to sponsor us, as well as Fernando over at Vitolas for allowing us to use
Dude, I
their
keep
spot.
pointing at the fucking.
You're spoken at the monitor, but the camera.
But yeah, like
there.
the cameras over here. But
no, for real, we really appreciate everything, even though we're growing slowly but steadily. But
I think
we are
it's,
growing,
like
and we do appreciate it.
It's now we can say this. It's 3 of us.
Yeah.
You guys haven't. We've been working like we said. Jono, you know him as. Sorry, Chiquito Hermoso. They call him Jono. That's Jono. John.
John,
Baby
Chiquito
boy.
Hermoso.
Daddy.
But yeah, no.
But thanks to him, like for joining us. And,
yeah, thank you to everybody who's been associated with us. We really appreciate everything.
And always, like we say, keep it local, guys. Keep it local.
Keep it local. Remember,
And
that's kind of the biggest thing about this. We wanted to try and support everybody and kind of show what everybody's got going on within the city.
Hate.
No
No
shame. No
No
shame in
hate.
being local. No shame in asking one of the first questions we meet somebody new what high school you went to.
I guess because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that one. We're still waiting to find out if anybody knows 5 Kid Rock songs, and maybe those 5 Kid Rock songs might be just one because you just know lyrics.
Dude, the only one that I could ever think of is Bop
Mine-
with the Bop.
But it's My Name Is Kid Rock. It's the same song.
That's the only thing I remember.
and it's like it's the same fucking song. Like it's a joke, but it's funny. Just to-
Actually, yeah, if anybody thinks they can name 5 Kid Rock songs
without
without
googling, don't fucking
without
like,
Googling.
come on the show. Maybe you Google them before, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna forget them. Because probably the names are stupid. Don't do a cover song because we mentioned a cover song, and it's funny, it's fun. Like we like to have fun here. Like if you guys seen our shows, we kind of script this for the first 5 minutes. Not really. Like we have ideas for
Not even.
questions.
I don't ever script anything.
No, but we have an idea like what we're gonna ask. Like we actually, me and Cesar talked before. Like
Yeah.
when we were at Mona, we were at Craft and Social. Like where it's like who's who, like what we're talking about, and then it just turns to the beauty about this show is just friends hanging out. Next week we're gonna have maybe I don't know if it's coming after this. Some local artists, upcoming artists, some people that we know and like we would like to make music with. We like to hang out. Maybe we just met them that day or like we have seen their show. But it's stuff that we just like to do for fun. Like it's something that it's keeping it local. It's just like finding ourselves. It's not about just us trying to make a show where we can get fame for it. Like fame is if we're lucky we ever get it.
Yeah.
But it's more like
and
bringing
trust
everybody
us,
together.
we're not gonna use someone else's name just to get somebody on here that probably doesn't even know who the hell we are.
But also thank you, Christina. For being a good friend of mine. But
no, seriously,
you guys
just thank you to everybody again and again. If anybody ever wants to come
It's an
on here
idea.
and
yeah, if,
support
even if you don't
anything,
have anything to do, like
Doesn't matter.
you just like the show and you wanna like talk shit with us, you wanna call us out on something, fucking do it. Like do it in person. We're not gonna fight you. We're gonna have a beer with you.
well,
we're gonna discuss
we'll
about it.
discuss.
But I'm not gonna take my shirt off for a fight. Unless you want to do it later and that's a different story. We'll probably record that. Also, Soul Parade again. Sorry. I'm gonna let Nancy and one of the twins shoot me with a paintball gun. Just as a sorry.
Oh, I was like,
No,
why?
Just because like one, I think the only reason that I think is because I'm pretty sure Nancy's gonna actually hit me. One of the twins, I'm not sure yet. Maybe they're gamers.
Well, again, if they're watching this, sorry guys.
We owe you a lot.
Fortunately, you guys are,
You're pretty awesome, dude. Like, love your music.
We love you guys, but apparently,
Blossom came out.
apparently, Corona decided to take control of our SD card.
Not only us, SD card. But
But no,
guys,
again,
thank you,
seriously,
guys.
thank you to everybody. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe here on our YouTube, as well as follow us on Instagram.
Which, before I forget, shout outs to Joseph. I don't know where you are from, but you subscribe to us. And if you subscribe and I see the notification, call you out. Thank you, guy. Thank you, man. I don't know, man, dude, whatever.
But yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Later.